Oh hey, didn't see you there. Did you know that in 2016, an unregulated gambling site lit up the internet when people found out that children were on here gambling money and getting into serious debt and issues? Now, how are children betting on a site meant for games? Well, follow me and we'll find out. Now, back in 2013, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, a popular team-based first-person shooter, released an update which added customizable weapon skins to the game that could be sold and traded within the Steam marketplace. These weapon skins had varied monetary values attached to them and were won through purchasing a key and unlocking a chest, which held a random reward. Although innocent at first, things quickly became morally and ethically corrupted by third-party sites that sought to bypass the monetary restrictions set by fall of the creators. An early example revolves around a site called CSGO Lounge, which allowed players to bet any amount of skins on their preferred teams during both professional and amateur matches. During tournaments, the prize pools easily went into the tens of thousands. This market was wholly unregulated and unmonitored, however, when in 2014, a team by the name of iBuyPower bet thousands of dollars worth of skins against themselves using various side accounts on a very low-key match. They then proceeded to throw the game in order to earn a huge profit back in winnings, and weren't discovered until a year later when evidence was uncovered exposing them. Most would think that this would have been the end of it, but it doesn't end there. A year later, after iBuyPower had been discovered, a new ploy to cheat the system in the interest of making money had been hatched. In the year 2016, popular YouTube stars T Martin and Pro Syndicate became known for their CSGO gambling videos on a site they promoted frequently called CSGO Lotto. These videos often contained insane amounts of money being won, upwards of tens of thousands of dollars, through coin flips and jackpots against other players. The issue with this was that neither of the two ever revealed that they in fact owned the gambling site, and this means that they had complete and total access to the backlog of the site's code at any given time. Either of them could have easily fixed the chances to always be in their favor in order to make the prospect of gambling more appealing to their fanbase of primarily minors, ultimately scamming them of their money. Now, whether this was the case or not was never proven, but their sloppy attempts to cover their footsteps in the matter was entirely shady and led to extreme backlash. To get some insight as to what it was like being one of these players, I did some digging around and managed to get in touch with former CSGO gambler Brian Kuhn and asked about his experience being both a witness and as an active participant in these gambling sites from a young age.
My name is Brian. I'm a professional gamer. Almost always it was like a jackpot, like you put a certain amount of money in, and the more money you put in, the higher of a chance you have to take the entire pot, so it encouraged you to spend more. You could still get these specific skins back to use in game, but they were mostly just placeholders for the money. Exactly like you're saying, they were almost chips. Jake would put like a ton because he has this need to win all the time. So he'd always put in like hundreds of dollars, and he wouldn't always win either. That's the sad part.
And Jake is younger than us. So
yeah.
How old was he when he was putting in hundreds of dollars in gambling?
He was like 15, 16 at this point. I was mostly a witness to it all going down because I've seen a lot of people lose way too much money on those sites, so I kind of knew to stay away. But there was one time when it was like when the whole betting scene was first starting off, I was given $10 for food, and I spent that $10 on keys instead of food.
Okay.
It's really not safe for anyone with an addictive personality. They can always go too far, spend more than they can, and then it's too late.
Yeah.
The only real course of action is to just remove it from games completely. I don't think it should have been introduced in the first place.